Hey there, Brick City Builder here, welcoming you to our LEGO Skyscraper City update for October of 2015. And we have a few changes from our last video. Those of you who have seen the last video will remember that my son had built a Mega Bloks minion beachhead, and I had thought that was going to hang around for a while along with a Hogwarts castle, but he decided to stage a climactic battle between the minions on the beachhead and his Lego movie micromanagers and Lord Business. So that resulted in a lot of destruction over there. So we decided to take advantage of all that destruction and do some reorganizing of the city that was planned for several months down the road. So we moved that up. So the biggest change has been the relocation of the small houses that were formerly in this area at the front of the city. Those houses have moved over here to the side of the city, and you can see we've landscaped their front yards a little bit and generally cleaned them up. We've also added a fifth one of these houses, the red one down there on the end. And then in their place over here, we have moved the school from the front of the city to the rear and moved the Research Institute over from next to the church over into the heart of the office district. So we're sort of tightening up the business area and carving out a separate residential area. This, of course, will not be the ultimate configuration once we get the next table added, but for now we've got things a little better organized. We've also built a new house, so I'm going to take the camera off the tripod. Lose a little stability here, but we'll take a look at our newest house. We'll just sort of look down our new street here. So we were looking through our brick supply and realized we had accumulated quite a few of the profile bricks with the simulated brick face on them. And after counting them and determining we had enough to build a two-story house, I decided we'd change our housing stock a little bit and start adding some new house types that maybe will form a separate neighborhood later on when the city grows a bit more. So we have built this sort of European-looking house that the body of which is the same height as the salt box houses next to it, but the gabled roof gives it a third story, so it's a full 3 stories high. And then the next addition is the foundation of the courthouse, which will go right here where the school used to be. And as you can see, that's going to have an elevated plaza. So we've taken a layer of Duplos and bricked them over and created an elevated plaza, and we've built the colonnade so far. And you can see the construction workers are there, assembled, getting their instructions for the day. So we have built a full-scale mock-up of the facade of this building, and so we know already what it will look like, and we know that the building will be taller than the gray building is now, but not quite as tall as the tan building. And this building will be built with full interiors from the start, so it will take a little longer to build, so it may not be done by the time of our next update video, but we will post the progress of that in another month or so, hopefully, so hopefully you'll tune in for that. Another addition is a new bus for our transit system, and this is based loosely on an official set bus from a few years ago, but I think that bus was yellow. I made mine in green. I changed the tail end to make it look more like a General Motors bus from the late 60s and early 70s. But as you can see, the front end is pure Lego city set. And we made the color scheme so it would resemble this mock bus here that I made 2 years ago when I first got back into Legos after a 30-year hiatus. I thought it'd be fun to have an actual transit system color, so we're going to go with these different shades of green for the time being. I may change that eventually, but I kind of like it, so keep it for now. We'll head along down here. Not much has changed at the library end of things. It's pretty much the same. Now the removal of the Research Institute from this corner over here is going to allow us to change the spacing of the church and the library. Both of these buildings are sort of monumental in scale and really need to have some space around them, especially the church with its glass walls. It looked kind of odd having buildings pushed right up against it. So the church is going to move over more, probably be centered in the space that it's in, and the library is probably going to move back a few studs from the street to enable it to have a bit of a plaza in front of it that will give it a little more presence, as it were, on the street there. So that's pretty much it for this update. We hope you'll take the time to comment, like, and or subscribe if you haven't already. And we certainly appreciate you watching, and we hope you will continue to tune in and follow our progress. Thank you very much.